In the strange early morning half-light we sit. In the cloudiness of our questioning we sit. In our madness and our clarity we sit. In the midst of too much to do we sit. In the warm arms of our shared sorrow we sit. In sweet exhaustion we sit. In the blazing energy of being alive we sit. And the dusty road upon us in the sound and in us in the world, and the world in us.
They call me downtrodden, a pixelated reflection, assimilated amalgamation, racing through restless crowds like projectiles, vows styled out. Cloud is a construct, climbing clock towers to clouds loud into God's blunts. Awestruck, aw shucks, I've suffered enough, won't surrender another bucket of fucks. Fluctuating's a constant, populist evolving in the holocaust of consciousness. Dunning-Kruger overconfidence, hostages, host of mental colonists. All my friends are introverts, subversives and accomplices. Termites in the monoliths, closet botanists, coughing on constant reconnaissance. Compliments of a complex corptocracy, God forbid. Privy to the infamous, the intimacies of a sea of pollution flooding the streets. Cat and mouse catch and release, Pac-Man with police beasts of hideous nature. Same people, different faces, living in states of minimal patience on minimum wages. This is the derivative definition of slave ship. Pessimism systemic in our cyclical engagement. Saving grace in a sacred, meditating for patience. Tangible information, a revelation for laymen. Gray clouds surround us in a sea of blank faces. The shape changes awaiting the haunted roses. Hell beings, no common soldiers. Senses uncommon and toppling over. Much too late to close the gates to the race of Naraka Loka. Constellations constant in the often faded optics. As a contemplative student moves through complicated topics. And these automated conversations dominate the process of samadhi. Chasing opulence with Lakshmi in my consciousness. Often starving for a long departure. Here because they're gone I'm martyred. Someone's always got it harder. Lost his hardened hearts and carved a hole inside the walls they're barred in. Bargain for a costly pardon. Lions never turn undisturbed when dogs are barking. Lions never turn undisturbed when dogs are barking. Scribbling across the margins, all the light and all the darkness. Shadow work Ananda's harness. Now my scar, my hands and heart are scarred up. Bowing to the sanghas that I've lost and ones I'm now a part of. Doubts abound and tarnished, clouds across an endless sky. Horus rising, raws setting, cycles centered in the eye. Been living in a lie, denying energies I hide. But together we are yoga and your enemies are mine. No need to hit you with the pistol, pick up anything I find like it's giving me a sign. With beggar's hands I stand a man that's empty by design. Betting every data morsel as it's entering the mind. When listening I'm blind, when seeing I am deaf and dumb and pensive in my sight. Smelling incense in the night I felt my senses come alive. Shikantaza on the mountaintops, from trenches we collide. We are infinite inside. Constellations constant in the often faded optics. As a contemplative student moves through complicated topics. And these automated conversations dominate the process of samadhi. Chasing opulence with Lakshmi in my consciousness. Drilled a hole between my eyes and filled the cavity with stained glass, releasing all the pressure that's been building in my brain matter. Feeling much the same after, aside from the insane laughter. But medicine is medicine, and who am I to break habits? Unstable when my meditation practice doesn't stay active. See the world in wave patterns, puzzles form and shapes scatter. Strange fractal ballerinas, pirouette peripheries like Fibonacci space dancers. Take tabs of acid and escape into a blank canvas. Paint ancient Atlantis with sold on and a bowler cap. Alchemically compositing the pyramids. Golden capstone of craft going back to pre-diluvian. Broken tablets glow of emeralds and past the luminous. Robe and staff accoutrements. Tahuti to Vitruvian man inside the 360. Walked among the dead, convinced Eurydices to leave with me. Pre-history, pre-ice age and pre-mystery school. Preceding any species that invented a tool. I exist as the fool who wandered off the path of those content to be ruled. But being isolated always lifted my mood. So you can either leave or go and get me some food. No intent to be rude, I'm in the temple subdued. Self-excluded from the movements of the usual few in their usual feuds. If there's only two sides, then it's futile to choose. Both sides lose and the spoils to the victors. The unseen hands that embroil the division. slash large, too rough to set flush, absconded thoughtlessly. The master mason shapes the sacred flawless, it's geometry, Babaji, philosophy, walk with me. I read the stories of the yogis in Yogananda's biography. I saw Mahatma Gandhi topple an awful colony, non-violent but lawlessly, steps to stateless democracy. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace is fleeting anomaly, grease the thief on your property. Keep cash as king and see what peace we're accomplishing. Honestly, my optimism's wavered in the recent years. Sacrifices, offerings, and cravings, but I'm seeing clear. The voices in my head are dead, but echoes plead to be sincere. See my mirror? I'll leave it here.
I think there's a possibility to have a psychedelic experience is inborn. These psychedelics, very similar compounds, are in our brain. And all the compounds which you find in the plant kingdom, only the psychedelics are so closely related chemically to these brain factors, which we already have. We speak about the paradise of childhood. When I have the vision and a beautiful experience as a child, it is no wonder, because we have these compounds already in our brain.
Carbon-based, karmic caged animal, just making messes. Inward gaze the same direction, stumbled round these hunting grounds and gathered up my wasted blessings, gasping at their faded essence. Sensor swinging salvia, it cloudies up the cave's intestines. Shadows dance with Plato's message, placed on precious altars of the godless, swallow faithless lessons. Take a second, exhale from the diaphragm, evacuating chained aggression. Situation same as ever, wrestled with entanglement, but still it didn't change the effort. Take it with the grain and rest my head inside my hands. I had to step away and draw a line dividing sand. With these knives inside my back, I built a shrine, and I sacrificed 1,000 violent plans. Now I stand here holding platitudes like diamonds in a trance. Om gun ganapati om, and I advance, peeling plaster from the alabaster statues of the avatars, manifesting patience in the radiance of passing stars. Trying to stay present and not let the little get to me. You fucking with my future, though you're gonna see my history. Been trying to be mindful, recognizing when I show improvement. Suffering is universal, everybody's going through it. And trying to stay present and not let the little get to me. You fucking with my future, though you're gonna see my history. Been trying to be mindful, recognizing when I show improvement. Suffering is universal, everybody's going through it. I've been down before, been up before, from sleeping on the fucking floor to jumping over oceans where the potions of Amrita pour. So sip some more, my symptoms sorted, absent on my lips, my vision shifted. Now I glimpse the hidden corners of my mental storage, lift the dormant mystic forces from the trapdoors of the mentee. Is this even now? Crooked, shook and looking down beneath my feet, I see the clouds. The narrator reads aloud the passages of each encounter. Seems like hours, but the years have passed. I stand here in the ashes of the aftermath of fear collapse. Atmospheric tears of acid, air is acrid in the passing sun. Fill your tanks and blast your guns. There's a war going on outside, we're all distracted from interconnectivity. It echoes from collapsing lungs. As above, so below, the macrocosm's catching up. The last of fallen Nephilim have left again and passed the buck. We should have thinned the herd, but ignorance obscured imagined luck. That's enough. Been trying to stay present and not let the little get to me. You fucking with my future, though you're gonna see my history. Been trying to be mindful, recognizing when I show improvement. Suffering is universal, everybody's going through it. Trying to stay present and not let the little get to me. You fucking with my future, though you're gonna see my history. Been trying to be mindful, recognizing when I show improvement. Suffering is universal, everybody's going through it.
What kind of world did we incarnate into?
Sky blacker than a magnified murderer crows. Scary in a world under perfect control. Echo hinge show his story is a version that's told. Meditating under serpents that have perched on the throne. A servant of lotus is grown from the worst and alone. Got me gripping at the sword that's submerged in the stone. Learn to only speak a word and converse in the known. Plant compassion in the world and call it personal growth. Divisions, an agenda in the throats of the hungry ghosts. Unfolding plans as they unload the magazines. Poorest on the front lines, their sacrifice is gasoline. Human hemoglobin is the petrol of the war machine. Prostrations to our corporate lords who hoard the wealth. Enormous greed is leading to extinction. Purge the earth and see the forest bleed. Ignore the feed you're being fed. Their weapon is the media. Our minds more colonized than the gold mines of Rhodesia.
What kind of world did we incarnate into?
There's blood on these pages, a memorandum of savages. Future Mars colonists extrapolate the damages. Staring backwards at a planet abandoned by its inhabitants. Placid and stiff inanimate, no panic in the people. So feeble as they disease the land. The populace subdued with fluoridated pineal glands. Eating cancer, breathing chemtrails. Living timid under thick veils, just inhale. You say that life's a bitch, well that bitch just rang the dinner bell. Belly swole with GMO, pesticides and byproducts. Metabolizing antibiotics, hormones is psychotic. Monoculture crops leave the earth barren and riddled. Our water cycle's toxic and caustic with petrochemicals. It's hypocritical to love a dog but eat a pig. Income taxes pay for missiles that we drop on little kids. Classist economics got the free market rigged. 8 billion graves await, yeah, we better start to dig.
What kind of world did we incarnate into?
Retinas burn from solar flares, open staring at the sun. Wake to water distillation and the generators hum. Sleeping shifts because it isn't safe, no breaks from loading guns. Someone told me once that only love can save us. Only love was encompassed into fractions, self-contained and hate ran rampant. Ran the gamut, ELE of free compassion past the tipping point. Shiva doesn't disappoint, acid rain, let's get anointed. Thresholds 2020 and the oil peaks just like our choices. Polish up Osiris's pine cone with the right tones. Conjured from my singing bowls beneath the Georgia Guidestones. Deeply buried silo, my home's a rhizome. Deeper than the gums, but I still feel the neurotoxin steeping in my lungs. Eruptions spilling out from active regions on the sun. If you see them then you're done, well done. Extra crispy eclipse vivid from anywhere. Derelict inheritance, I guess your parents didn't care.
Thich Nhat Hanh was asked not too long ago about climate change before he died. And he was asked this from a student: should I sit and meditate and go on retreat and somehow purify my heart? Will that help? Will that make the difference? Is that what I should do? I'm worried about climate change. Or should I go out on the barricades? Should I protest? Should I get politically involved? What should I do? And Thich Nhat Hanh got quiet and looked back and said, just listen until you can hear the sounds of the earth crying.
Yeah, doctors deal their oxy pills to middle-class addicts, hungry ghosts who never got their fill. Street stomp with fentanyl, come on and you can cop a feel. Gone like God in Copperfield, counting up the crops we yield. The cops, but fuck the law concealed. The vaudeville has lost a pill. My mantra was you gotta chill, remain anonymous. Train the thoughts away from plots to kill. I'm plotting still, off-kilter, filter clogged, impossible to top the hill. Of battered bodies tossed in fields, they are me but God revealed the apple from the rotten peel. From Gaia's breast to calming milk before the storm forces every living form to all be still. Count backwards from 7, but I bet you can't unpop the seals. Or revitalize the toxic opted monoculture plot you till. Dogma is your spirit death, toddlers thinking God is real. My grandma had a Bonneville, my grandpa has a cross to wield. Dad was gone and mom was working hard to see I got a meal. After all was built and burned, I saw the real reflection of a hobble wheel. Too crazy for a job, so the options were to rob and steal. College was a triple B and polished steel. I lost the will to profit off a dollar drenched in squalor when the copper spilled. Now haunted by the thoughts of when the karmic will drop the bill. Looking back on all I've built, I've destroyed more. 22, 7, 22, 22. Yeah. 7/22/22, climbing from an addict's tomb. Old as fuck but acting new. Melatonin afternoon, seed and moon, all black and blue. Impact was brutal, actions moving. Dad was not the man he knew. When gardens are neglected, roses wilt when only half in bloom. Half a truth is half delusion. Had a lucid moment, truth is told, I swear to crashed into it. Nose is closed up and refused to coke. I tried to cram into it. Had a stroke and saw my face displaced, amazed that half was drooping. Back into the room, consumed by panic. There were badges looming. Past the toolie back. In fact, he took the satchel too, and that's the proof I had to keep it moving. Because the damage that you do can be contagious to a family unit. Child's face is saving grace when tempted to get back into it. Facts I knew, no wax is glue, I'm dataless. My boy's not built for ash and ruin. He'll ask me soon which way it is, I'll tell him up. No hell to touch, no selling drugs, just endless overwhelming love. Love.
So all of Buddhism is a practice. None of it is philosophical. All of it is practical. I really believe that, Siddhartha, the original teacher of Buddhism, he was much more interested in kind of psychological transformation. And so everything that he taught was practical. This is what will show you what's causing suffering in your life. And this is what will help you end suffering. So first we have to see what the causes are, and then we can bring the antidotes. I absolutely feel like all of it is practice-based, action-based.
I sleep like Edgar Casey, dead preds behind the cold steel. Overwhelmed at times, chasing old thrills so I won't feel. Yo, chills, my mantra on repeat, one no waste. Saying hold still, reach into the dark and fold the waves. Motivation wavers, I'm the frozen lotus, floating all alone within the glaciers. If I could only focus for a moment, hone the razor. I build a fucking home inside the patience, what you waiting for? Knock until I'm bloody, buddy, trust me, I can break a door. The monkeys in my head have suited up and now they're playing war. Inner dialogue, a clock drain, baby, say no more. Lay the sword down, trade the 4 pound for scrap gold. Crashed out in war clouds, poems holding a casserole. Now where the fuck my pants at? Inner sanctum ransacked. See the pretty tracers racing through an endless flashback. The last act I passed that, still kicking and screaming. I'ma live 100 years, my cub gave me a reason. Lakeshalakin, step into the observatory. Broken bootstraps, no bouncing back into purgatory. Brother, you ain't heard the story, bored cause it's been a minute. Montessori school tuition's paid up in these days that differ diametrically from waking with the shakes. And I'm trying desperately to embrace the gift of change. But if I'm speaking true to you, I'm still a bit deranged. And fuck it, that's okay too. Can't do K2 in a day with no O2 in a tank, booze in the brain and crickets chirping away in a hungry fucking bank account. These days I pay the same amount, the difference is the currency. So if you haven't heard from me, it's not from lack of love. It's cause I'm packing lunches and you're still packing guns. And you still believe you need to drink daily, acting dumb. Said you quit smoking dope, but sorry, Adderall's a drug. Maybe made by different chemists, but the brain can't tell the difference. Slavery is slavery, no matter how you paint it, G. Tell yourself a story and ignore your inner voice. I've done the math on this equation and it always ends in choice. But you're gonna live your life how you will, and that's the point. I love you either way, seize the day and get your joy. We got gray on our faces, we aren't babies with these toys anymore. And my 40s looking better every day. And my shorties cooking curry with the veggies on my plate. Got a ring on my finger, we've been lingering in states of manifested abundance. Half-stepping was done when we chance met in the tundra. Frozen Chicago winter picked me up at the homies and drove us to Temple Gardens. Whiskey and kombucha bottles solving life's traumas. With a bit of laughter passed back and forth across the dramas. We crossed the lava, postulated possibilities until the wee hours. Now I'm thinking back, everlast. She had lost more than most people had ever had, but somehow her huge heart refused an epitaph. Pretty brown baddie with an attitude and ass to match. She'll smack me when she hears this, but she'll smile first, and that's a fact. I'm a better man because of you. I get to be in love with you till sunsets on the fucking you. Get Swami Sri Yukteswar's calculations take us to the future. Zooted off the weed and conversations under moonlight. It's too bright, let's dim it down. Let's live like it's ending now. We'll reach down and lift the ground. Cash off, forget this house. Kill the doubts, grab the moment. We won't let it pass us by. Time to actualize the family ties that our past denied. Now our past intertwine, our scion by our side. And if you ask me for the moon, I'd throw a lasso in the sky. Come on. tattoo, creative cash shaking deficit. Don't bother asking why it's rebel cleft left in evident. I pedaled off the edge and from the precipice of exodus, a spawn of the devilish. I'm gone till indefinite. Probably not the prophet, thought I got body of estimates. Logged in my ledgers, my pain is pleasure, the rhetoric is lessening. I'm listening in vision quest, etc. Perplexed at best, so stressed at times I climb another edifice, investmental robes. So when my head explodes, it's a testament to woes. Whoa. Take the pain that the pleasure entails. Hell is in heaven's shell. Waste is a velvet encased space in a prison cell. Well, welcome to the fatalistic state of things. Dualistic pugilism, ruminating, chasing kings. Potent, you can taste the greed. Yeah, my droogie, what you need. Looming lucid, yes indeed. Feeding off the data streams. Everything is what it seems. Seamless ayagata. Emptiness exposed in the prosopata matma. Listen, I'm just trying to make $1 out of nothingness. But trust it isn't coming. Speaking tongues over percussion hits. So drawing blood is what it is. I punch a couple numbers, getting numb every fucking slip. Hot machines and oven mitts, I plummet in reverse, forsaking all my blessings, well in love with every curse. But trust it could be worse, sure. Lurking in the vices, I still don't have a license. For swerving in the violence, from mindless to mindfulness. It's applied science, I found it in the silence. Oh my God, we walk this road that's hard, so when a soul is scarred, over and over the heart is open, broken and leaking, no hope is deceiving, seen as the cousin of death, sheep covered in red, loving the lesser evils, nothing better than seeing my seat, sleeping and resting peaceful, press the needle to the record and leave the static to seep through, me and you my G, we're building up these cathedrals. Master and apprentice, ready, willing, and eager. See us where you can't see. Every contingency slip is sniffing for a plan B. Asking for nothing. Our projected nature is the last introduction.
Dusk through last bells, faded airs, cherry rich. More point my horse where birds sing. Orchid breathing incense into butterfly wings. Loneliness, caged cricket dangling from the wall. High wind, tea leaves whip against the brushwood gate.